I must emphasize, therefore, that this responsibility is far more important than partisan sentiment, personal interest, or personal ambition. What is at stake is greater than every single one of us. It involves sacrifice by every member in the opposition. I have no doubt in my mind that no single opposition political party, no matter how strong, can confront a system so entrenched and so determined to retain power at all costs. What we are faced with is a regime that has shown, in both words and in deeds, a willingness to weaken democratic structures and suppress opposition voices. Let's not make a mistake about this. The move towards a one-party state is rare. It has never happened before in this country, and it will not happen in our generation. The government has argued that it's not their duty to help build the opposition. Yes, they are right. Nobody has asked them for that favor. They call what they are doing to opposition political parties strategy. I call it tyranny. But is it their duty to destroy the opposition, as they have brazenly attempted to do? Can one do what they have been doing and still claim to believe in democracy or to be a Democrat? The answer is certainly no. We must not be in doubt. The forces that have sought to destabilize our various political parties will not stop. Even as we gather here, they are already scheming how to further undermine us and divide our ranks and sow seeds of discord among us. But we on our part must remember where the rain began to beat us. We must remember how we got to where we are today. We must remember what has brought us here. We must remain clear that we cannot confront the future as fragmented entities. We must be united to be able to salvage our nation. It is for these reasons that this gathering and our dealings must be anchored on honesty and integrity. We must put all our cards face up on the table and speak truthfully to one another. There must be no hidden agendas, no last-minute surprises, and no room for distrust. Perhaps more than anything else, the success of our collective effort depends on our ability to build and sustain trust. We are racing against time and operating within a limited window. The urgency of our situation does not permit repeated mistakes. We must be willing to rise above narrow sentiments and reject parochial attitude that has historically divided the oppositions in this country. This is the time to rewrite the story of coalition building in Nigeria. The record of the APC government is one of complete failure. What remains in its wake is an aggressive reliance on propaganda and a sustained assault on opposition voices. However, we will not engage in a contest of propaganda with them. We will not substitute truth for noise. Their reliance on propaganda only exposes a deeper problem, an inability to accept responsibility. Nigeria is watching, and Nigerians are watching. They have been through the smokescreen and the lies. They recognize a government that has failed to meet their expectations and shown no empathy for their sufferings. This is why, as we have repeatedly maintained, the struggle before us is no longer a conventional political contest. This contest is between the ruling party, APC, and the Nigerian people. APC is contesting against the mother who has just buried her child.